Mahjong, holography, and Chinese culture shui feng. The root of Chinese culture is holography, or rather, the major vein of Chinese culture is holographic culture rather than Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. Holographic culture completely conforms to the Tao of the greatest creator. However, to be chaotic also means disorder, thus it is difficult to accurately express the meaning of the way of the greatest creator. So I regard the root of Chinese culture as the holographic culture. Many Chinese intellectuals have written articles calling for the renaissance of Chinese culture. After reading their articles, I feel bewildered and ask them in writing, which part of the Chinese culture do you want to revitalize? Not one of them can give me a definite answer or explanation. This shows that those who want to revitalize Chinese culture only have a good wish, but do not really understand what Chinese culture is. Chinese culture is actually holographic culture, and the renaissance of Chinese culture means the renaissance of holographic culture. The cultural primogenitor of the Chinese nation is Fuxishi, whose main contribution to culture is Hechaluo Book and the 8 Diagrams. Taiji, the 8 Diagrams, Book of Changes, Liujia, Jiuxing, and Feng Shui in traditional Chinese culture all are derived from him. Hechaluo Book is also the origin of the theory of main and collateral channels and acupuncture point in traditional Chinese medicine, and the origin of Book of Changes, Feng Shui, Yin and Yang, and the 5 elements, the 8 characters about one's birth, Zaiwei de Shu, the selection of auspicious dates, divination, and necromancy. What Hechaluo Book expresses is a holographic phenomenon, Fuxishi's telepathy between man and heaven, and the scene of the universe resulting from the unity between man and heaven. The connotation of holographic phenomenon is the hologram of the universe. It's so expansive that nothing is excluded, and it can also be so small that nothing can be included. Every phenomenon and everything has a hologram telepathy with the universe. There is nothing independent of a thing, and no phenomenon independent of a phenomenon. To put it more vividly, the fluttering of wings by a butterfly in Alaska of America can trigger a storm in the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa. A coughing by an Eskimo in the Arctic region may induce the fall of an Australian from a building. When interpreting the thinking of mankind, I discover that the most profound thinking is holographic thinking, which is followed in order by non-form thinking, Taiji thinking, visualized thinking, elusive thinking, and the like. The Confucian thinking is the material thinking, the lowest level of thinking. Taoist thinking is Taiji thinking. Buddhist thinking is non-form thinking. The Western thinking based upon science and technology is image thinking and associative thinking. The currently prevailing thinking of the new era, for example, Seth's thinking, conversation with God, the law of one, the disappearance of the universe, A Course in Miracles, and so on, belongs to elusive thinking. The ultimate road that man will take is holographic thinking, or rather, mankind will inherit, carry on, and promote the holographic culture. We can get to know and understand the holographic culture from the 4 phenomena revelation, the 8 diagrams, Huzi, and Mahjong. Revelation means the observation of the astrological movement in the sky, the search of the law of the earth, and the study of animals and plants, the close examination of what is near and the speculation of what is far away. In one word, we can have a direct dialogue with the greatest creator. The revelation that I have written may serve as an introduction for others to come up with something more valuable. The 8 diagrams means that Wuji gives birth to Taiji, Taiji gives birth to Yin and Yang give birth to 4 signs, 4 signs give birth to 8 Gua gives birth to 64 Yao images, 64 images give birth to every phenomenon in the universe. Once the changes of 64 images are understood, it will be easy to understand the dialectical relations between changeable and unchangeable and understand the holographic principles. Huzi was the teacher of Lizi. Huzi could skillfully apply the holographic principles. By studying him, we can understand what holographic phenomenon means. Mahjong is a game popular among Chinese people. Do not disregard Mahjong, because it is really what holographic principle is about. A regular set of Mahjong has 136 pieces, consisting of 4 east, 4 south, 4 west, 4 north, 4 center, 4 fa, 4 white, 36 tiao, 36 bing, and 36 yuan. These pieces combine to form the astronomical numbers. Therefore, we can say that even if a person plays Mahjong every day all his life, he may never encounter a combination that is identical to any other combination or array. You feel as if lost in a maze. You may know things as they are, but do not know why they are so. It seems that everything is a matter of accident. There is no order to anything. Every time you play Mahjong, you hope for chance and luck, and are not sure whether you will win or lose. However, to be holographic is to be orderly. There are rules and laws to what is holographic. The rules and laws are meticulous and allow of no loopholes. What seems to be accidental and random is actually orderly and inevitable. People who play Mahjong all attach great importance to luck. If they win, they say they have good hand chi, luck. And if they lose, they say they hand chi is not good. What is hand chi? Everyone can have a try. If you do not have adequate sleep, if you are not in a good condition, or if you have had sex within the 24 hours, you will not have good hand chi. And the possibility for you to lose will be much higher than the possibility for you to win, unless other three people are in an even worse situation. Meanwhile, the direction you are facing and the 5 elements of all the players all have influence on whether you will win or lose. Therefore, if you want to win at Mahjong, you must maintain your vigor and good health and refrain from sex during the short period. If so, you are likely to enjoy good hand chi. Now the problem is, the combinations of astronomical numbers, which seem like a series of random occurrences, are actually closely in line with the hand chi of Mahjong players. If you do not have a good hand chi, you will lose the game no matter how well you can play it. This is where the holographic principles are working. Now let's take a look at these phenomena in the society. Many rich people and people who are good at making money actually have not received much education and do not work very hard, but they are very rich and can make much money. Many people in the officialdom do not have very high intelligence and are not so kind-hearted, but they have many opportunities and are promoted smoothly. On the other hand, many well-educated, intelligent, kind-hearted, and hardworking people are poor and cannot in any way have any opportunity for a promotion. And the secret is the holographic principle. One may fall victim to his own cleverness by outsmarting himself. Why? This is because of holographic principle. Mr. Zhang Baosheng, who is most accomplished in special skills in China, has not received very high education, but his thinking is in a holographic state. And this is the secret. The more concepts one stuffs in his head, the less holographic he will be. The more moral principles one stuffs in his head, the less holographic he will be. The more knowledge one has and the more reasons one understands, the less holographic he will be. The more rules one masters, the less holographic he will be. The more one pursues, the less holographic one will be. How can we be more holographic? Lao Tzu told us to return again to the innocence of baby. Jesus Christ asked us to become like a small child. Zhang Sanfeng told us that to obey is to be immortal, to disobey is to be an immortal. The matter is always shifting between obeying and disobeying. Buddha teaches us to stay away from all forms, let our minds abide nowhere, which is the highest Buddhist principle. The way of the greatest creator is the way of holography. What Life Genuine conveys is holographic information and holographic principles, and what Life Genuine is doing is building holographic culture and revitalizing the root culture of China and the most quintessential culture of China. This is infinitely profound and very interesting.